Hey world builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 100. We made it. We did it. Today's prompt is describe an event that has occurred within the last century that has had large-scale implications for your world and its politics. This one came from Carhop in the Discord. Thanks to him, I really liked having sort of like a big scale on theme day 100 prompt, and I feel like that's what we got. Prompt didn't actually write like an exceptional amount of words, but I tied in to a bunch of different things in my world building. A couple of different things that came up in Build Together, as well as a one-shot I ran a long time ago for my players. A lot of cool stuff that all just tied in, and I wrote about the invention of the Revenant, which happened 100 years ago. Louis Bohr is this graduate of Zyklest University who is studying a bunch of profane necromancy, which is generally necromancy involving dead bodies or the usage of false souls to control and command humanoid-like figures. It actually doesn't have anything to do with souls normally, and he was sort of a specialist in this, so he was well funded by the table of the Zyklester Empire. With these funds, it did not take him long to discover a sort of new way of utilizing both profane and true necromancy, specifically Letzier necromancy that I've talked about before, to retrieve someone's soul, then tether it with a false soul, and then you can utilize the false soul to sort of control some aspects of the free will of this actual soul that you've brought back with Letzier necromancy. And now you have a nigh unkillable, dynamically acting being, and you can imagine the many different uses for that, right? Soldiers or guards or assassins or members of espionage or all sorts of like things that could just absolutely topple governments or wipe out opponent armies. Initially, the table began to work with Louis to facilitate a way to make this process smoother, faster, and more affordable. But quickly, and fortunately for the rest of the world, the plans and the research was leaked, and it threw the wizard community into chaos, and a number of different governments immediately enacted new laws. It's the first time in a long time that the Ornshire Accords got a new working classified as Asur, which means absolutely banned and prohibited across the board by anyone, anywhere. And the threat of war that would include immortal bodies became like huge, and I honestly started the initial tension for the sort of state of Etovia as it is today, where there's sort of war and dissent bubbling under the surface. What is an event that has occurred within the last century in your world, and what kind of lasting effects did it have? Thanks for building together.